There is much that I might say about the merciless treatment of me by my own family and the merciless enmity to which I have fallen a victim. But the harm has been done. The wrong is beyond all remedy. At the outset of my career in this country, the vile slander to which I have referred struck me down at once and forever. I resigned my aspirations in this profession. Obscurity was the only hope left for me. A medical assistant's place was offered to me in a remote part of England. I took the place. It offered me peace. It offered me obscurity, as I thought. I was wrong. Evil report, with time and chance to help it, travels patiently and travels far. The accusation from which I had fled followed me. I got warning of its approach. I was able to leave my situation voluntarily with the testimonials that I had earned. They got me another place in another remote district. Time passed again and again. The slander, which was death to my character, found me out. On this occasion, I had no warning. My employer said, "Mr. Jennings, I have no complaint to make with you, but you must set yourself right or leave me." I had but one choice. I left him. It's useless to dwell on what happened after that. I am 40 now. Look at my face and let it tell for me the tale of many miserable years. It ended in my drifting to this place and meeting with Mr. Candy. He wanted an assistant. I referred him on question of employment to my last employer. The question of character remained. I warned him that there were difficulties in the way. I scorn the evasion of living under an assumed name. In Frizinghall, I will not be able to escape the cloud that follows me, go where I may. He answered, "I don't do things by halves. I believe you and I pity you. If you will risk what may happen, I will risk it too." God bless him. He has given me shelter, he has given me a home, he has given me peace of mind, he has given me employment. And I have the sure conviction, and I have had it for many months since, that he will have no regrets. For 10 years, I have suffered from an incurable internal complaint. I don't disguise from you that I should have let the agony of it kill me long since, but for one last interest in life which makes my existence of some importance to me. I wish to provide for a person very dear to me, who I will never see again. My own little patrimony is hardly sufficient to make her independent of the world. The hope, if I could only live long enough, of increasing the sum to a certain amount has impelled me to resist the disease by such effective palliatives as I could find. The one effectual palliative in my case is opium. To that all-merciful and all-potent drug, I have had a respite of many years from my sentence of death. But even the virtues of opium have their limit. The gradual progression of the disease has forced me from the use of opium to the abuse of it. I am feeling the penalty at last. My nervous system is shattered. My nights are nights of horror. The end is near now. Let it come. I have not lived and worked in vain. The little sum is nearly made up, and if my last reserves of life fail me yet, I have the means of completing it. I hardly know how I've wandered into telling you this. I do not think that I am mean enough to appeal to your pity. Perhaps I fancy you may be the readier to believe me if you know that what I have said to you, I have said it with the certain knowledge in me that I am a dying man. There is no disguising, Mr. Blake, that you interest me. I have attempted to make my poor friend's loss of memory the means of bettering my acquaintance with you. I have speculated on the chance of your feeling a passing curiosity about what he had to say, and of my being able to satisfy it. Is there no excuse for my intruding myself upon you so? Perhaps there is some excuse. A man who has lived as I have lived has seen the bitter side of human destiny. You have health, youth, riches, a place in the world, a prospect before you. It is you and such as you that show me the sunnier side of human life and reconcile me to the world before I leave it. However this conversation between us may end, you have done me a kindness in doing that. Every medical man commits an act of treachery, Mr. Blake, across the course of his practice. The ignorant distrust of opium in England is by no means confined to the lower and less cultivated classes. Every doctor in large practice is obliged, now and then, to deceive his patients. I don't defend the folly of playing you such a trick under the circumstances. I only ask of you for a more accurate and more merciful construction of motives.